So, per as marketing seems to dictate and mandate by every big company in the gaming industry, they put out tiny little teasers to tickle your nuts ever so slightly, to keep you slightly interested in whatever crap they're peddling for the next year to 2 years to 4 years, whatever. But today's piece is Xbox One Scorpio or Xbox Scorpio, Project Scorpio, I don't know what the fuck it's called. Let's see, the Xbox boss discusses Project Scorpio's higher price and reasoning behind it. Let's see, it'll go on sale next holiday 2017, so I'm guessing November, late November. Microsoft's upcoming Project Scorpio system has been described as the most powerful console ever made. Pretty much every console that comes out each generation is the most powerful console ever made, so that's almost an oxymoron. As such, it's going to cost more than the Xbox One S, obviously, but its exact price points remain a mystery. In an interview with LevelUp.com, Spencer discussed Scorpio's price at a higher level, saying the system is targeted at people who want a high-end experience. Well, those of us who want a high-end experience already have one, Phil, I'm sorry. Scorpio will be a premium console. It will cost more than the S. Obviously, haven't we gone through this? How many times did they have to reiterate this as if we all have learning disabilities or a lack of understanding with reading comprehension? That's how we're building it, he said. Okay, continue on. We have not announced the pricing yet, but I want to make sure that the investment we are putting into the product of Scorpio meets the demands of the higher-end consumer, and that will be a higher price. Also, the interview, Spencer pointed out the Project Scorpio is not a replacement for Xbox One. It will live alongside that system, with games and accessories for the Xbox One also supporting Project Scorpio. This is all part of the Microsoft attempt to build an ecosystem, God, that word, I heard enough of it turning 13's E3, not unlike the PC market, allowing people to buy consoles that meet their pricing and performance needs. It's kind of weird how the gaming market, as far as home consoles go, just become more and more and more like PC. And yet, console gamers continuously call PC gamers elitist assholes. They claim we're all virgins and losers who live in our mother's basement, and we have $5,000 rigs. Like, really? If I was dropping $5K into a rig all at once, I wouldn't even do that. That's not even financially sound. Most of us who have expensive condoms, most of us who have expensive computers, like, buy each piece over time. We slowly upgrade. You know, like one day you sit there and you figure, you know, that 16 megahertz or whatever RAM isn't doing it for you, and pretty much all the RAM sellers are pretty much abandoning 1600. Now it's time to jump up to 3200 and get at least 6 to 10% performance in your games right off of that. But you know, I'm not going to get into that right now. Spencer's comments about Project Scorpio's price are apparently in response to analyst Michael Pachter, I believe his name is, telling Gaming Vault that it would be suicide for the console to cost more than $400. This Michael Pachter dude, I don't even know how he's a gaming analyst. He's probably like the worst ever. You could probably get a kid off of a forum that would give better gaming predictions than this guy. And somehow he's called a gaming analyst. Does he know anything about gaming? Didn't he recently say PC gamers are racist? Like, what the fuck? Michael Pachter says it'll be suicide if the console's more than $399, so $400. Here's my prediction, Michael Pachter, you talentless twit. I'm going to say the Xbox Scorpio will be a minimum of $499. It's probably the lowest Microsoft could go. They'd be selling the consoles at a loss at any lower price. And I will say that the console will be as high as $599. Now, you might think this is utterly ridiculous, but keep in mind, when PlayStation 3 launched, it was a $599 console for the 1TB model. $599. And when it was all said and done, after I bought a game, an extra controller, a 3-year warranty for my console, I think I paid close to $800 launch day PlayStation 3, back in my console days, okay? And there were a shit ton of people in line behind me doing the same thing, if not more. There are like parents dropping over $1,000. And then on eBay, the PlayStation 3 was selling for almost $5,000 at launch. So there's no doubt in my mind, people will pay if they want that console. And if Xbox is chasing this premium system, it has to be between $500 and $600 without a shadow of a doubt. Otherwise, the console will either A, underperform, and I think Microsoft is dead serious about putting out something near a computer or a gaming PC. It has to be. Like right now, for me to do 4K, I have a 4790K and a 980 Ti on water. Fucking water. And I'm still having trouble with certain games hitting 60 FPS. Often, many of them I have to live at the 30 FPS mark, which for RPGs and single-player games isn't that bad, but then again, it's not something I really want to do. If I could game at Fallout with mods at 4K at 60 FPS, I'd be in heaven. I'd be happy with that. But I need another fucking graphics card. Point being, the technology and the architectures aren't here yet. Well, technically, unless you look at a 1080 or something, or a Titan X Pascal. But the Xbox One Scorpio damn sure isn't having a Titan X Pascal or a 1080. The 1080 is a $600 card. They're going with the AMD architecture, I believe Vega, which will have launched by 2017. So if anything, it will be a Vega powered, and maybe they'll be able to do 60 FPS 4K at low settings, maybe between 30 and 50 at medium settings, because that's kind of what consoles do now, 1080p or dynamic scaling resolution, some sort of bullshit magic tree. Long story short, if this is going to be a premium console that can pretty much touch PC delivery in fucking visual fidelity and frames per second, it has to be $500 to $600, and you can quote me on that. And if it isn't, more power to them. Surprisingly, they pulled it off. But I don't think you can move a premium system like that at 4K at that price, because it's not even feasible on a PC at like $500, not like full-blown melt your eyes ultra settings. Oh, and by the way, if you don't think people wouldn't pay $500 to $600 for the Xbox Scorpio, think about those crazy Xbox fanboys or whatever. I should call them Xbox zealots, because frankly, like console gamers, the fanboy term is kind of tired and old. They've taken it to a new level. We might as well treat them like they're goddamn Scientologists, you know? Like, they're console zealots. If you don't think the craziest among the console zealots wouldn't pay $500 to $600 for their precious Xbox Scorpio that pisses all over the PlayStation Pro, you're out of your mind. Hell, you know, I can see, I'm pretty sure Xbox 720, that guy who's crazy in love with Xbox, would pay $500 for that console, or $600. And Crap Gamer, without a doubt, that guy, I'm surprised he doesn't make out with an Xbox controller before he goes to bed every night. Guarantee you, he'd pay $500 to $600 for that Xbox Scorpio. And all of those really volatile, poisonous, cancerous, comment-lurking console fans would drop that sort of money.
Haha, screw you, Sony. You losers. You Sony ponies. My Xbox Scorpio does 4K at 30 FPS at medium settings. You can suck it, you loser. And all those PC gamer elitists that live in their mom's basement, haven't even seen a vagina ever. Those dickbags spent $10,000 to get the same visual fidelity I get from my Xbox Scorpio. It's so amazing, I feel like curing the cancer out of my mother's balls. Wait a minute, did I just say that out loud?
A gaming PC can do just about that for cheaper now, and, you know, you don't need a $10,000 PC.
Screw you, PC gamers, and screw you, Sony. Phil Spencer's love, Phil Spencer's life. Screw Steam. Xbox Windows Store is way better anyway.
Oh well, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and thank you for tuning into my channel. I'm going to go have another toaster strudel, because it's time for breakfast.
We have taken objective apples. We have lost objective George.
Sıhhi yardım çantası. Tedavi ol. Sıhhi yardım çantası. Tedavi ol. Sıhhi yardım çantası. Al bunu.